Hi guys, it's Linsy from LTYG here, and I'm back with the fifth hack that has helped me get through a flare-up. Now this is the fifth of the 6-part series, so if you have missed any of the first 4 videos, please make sure to go ahead and watch those before viewing today, and I have it linked in the video description below for you. Now Listen to Your Gut provides natural healing remedies, protocols, and tips for those who have IBD and gut issues. So for those of you who are ready to begin your natural healing journey but are looking for a little bit of added extra support, this is the channel you want to be subscribing to. You're going to learn all of Jini's tried and tested natural healing remedies as well as protocols to heal your gut naturally. So make sure to hit that subscribe button so you're not going to miss any of the new content that we're coming out with. So this is the 5th hack that has helped me get through a flare-up. Daily practices. Now, delving into the emotional component of healing is so important, you guys. And for that reason, I highly recommend you find some sort of a daily practice that you can implement in your life. There is so much out there that you can choose from, is what's so awesome. Now, having a daily regimen, especially one that you look forward to, helps your body create that rhythm despite the spontaneity of chronic illnesses and all of the symptoms and emotions that arise. Now, laser tapping and meditation are definitely our favorites at LTYG, and I make it a point to practice both daily. This helps ground me despite all the physical pain that I may be experiencing in my body. It's just that grounding type of energy. So if you're unsure or maybe you haven't heard of what tapping is and what it's all about, make sure to check out Jini's tapping website that I'm going to explain more at the end of this video. Now, a gratitude journal is also so important, you guys, and I know it's on trend right now, but I want to just reinforce it a little bit more as to why it's so important, because I think a lot of people have tried or they want to practice gratitude, but they kind of get hung up at different points, and I know that happened to me, so I'm going to share with you some tips on this today. There is always something to be grateful for. And I think when you're chronically ill, it makes it harder to come up with things that you can be grateful for, right? Because you're so kind of like center focused on your pain and, oh my gosh, I can't eat anything and all of this. So what I'm going to share with you today, I hope is helpful. Even if it's just the fact that you can wiggle your toes, that's something that you can be grateful for. So take it a step back, strip it back, and look at the small things. I remember when I was bedridden for close to a year, you guys, thinking, how on earth can I be grateful for this situation, right? Logically, it kind of maybe just doesn't make sense, which is why I'm kind of chuckling, because in our logical brain, it doesn't. But I was determined to do it. I made myself, in my own journal that I created, write down 3 things every day that I was grateful for. And making it on paper is really important, you guys. So in order to come up with these 3 things, I had to dissect the small things. And I'm going to give you some examples. So when I could finally walk a block down the street just because I had more energy, that was one example that I wrote down that I was grateful for. When I had found something that made me laugh, I wrote that down and I was grateful for it. When I felt the sunshine, the warmth on my face, I wrote that down because I was so grateful for that. So these are little things, but they make such a big impact, not only emotionally and with your body, but on your healing journey in general. All of these things made me focus on the good rather than all the bad that maybe was happening in my body or around me. And keeping track of these things, you now have a journal that helps you in your progress, in your journey, because you're able to look back at these small wins and you get that confidence boost. Like, wow, I was able to walk a block. Different things like this, right? So then I began a My Wins journal and I would put down whatever, even if it was the smallest thing. I would put down all of my accomplishments for that day in that journal. Now, before I began these practices, I always was amazed at some of the most positive people that I knew were super chronically ill. And I just thought to myself, how is this even possible, right? But once I began these practices, I started to understand. And it's these things that I'm sharing with you guys today, because really your perspective and just perspective in general is everything. A quote from Danielle Laporte sums things up kind of nicely with our discussion today, is that gratitude puts everything into perspective. So when we practice gratitude and a positive perspective, in our daily practices, these can be tremendous healing tools. And there you have it. That is the 5th hack that has helped me get through a flare-up. Now stay tuned, as I still have one more hack for you guys that's helped me get through a flare-up of symptoms. Now, if you are finding it hard to create a daily practice or heal that emotional component, I highly recommend you join Jini for a free laser tapping session at lazertapping.com. Now, laser tapping is a powerful mind-body self-healing technique that has been the cornerstone of Jini healing herself from Crohn's and remaining that way for over 25 years. I also practice laser tapping, as I said before, in my daily practice, and it's been a crucial part of my healing journey. You could find more about this really powerful tool, you guys, and try a free session at lazertapping.com. See the description below for a link to your free laser tapping demo session, and you can start healing as early as today. Now, what do you do when your symptoms flare? Please share with me in the comments. I've personally been able to see all of your guys' comments so far. They've been fantastic, so please keep them coming. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you'll be notified for our new content and that you'll be able to hear our 6th tip that we have for this series. Until next time, happy healing, and remember, always listen to your gut.
Laser tapping is something you have to try for yourself to really understand how incredible it is and how well it works and how it integrates the healing through all the levels of yourself. So come on over to lazertapping.com, select one of these free sessions, come do a session with me and experience it for yourself.